Platinum Games has done a lot of good games, like Mad World on the Wii, Metal Gear Raiden, Nier Auto Racing, and The 100 Wonderful Men. But for my money, the best game they ever did was Devil May Cry 5, and what's messed up about me saying that is that they didn't actually make that game. Bayonetta is the game that put Platinum on the map. Directed by Hideki Kamiya, who did the original Devil May Cry, it was the spiritual successor that stomped on the original. 11 years later, now it's Bayonetta that could learn a couple things from its progenitor. Bayonetta 3 has some of the craziest shit ever in a Platinum game, which is saying a lot. You do a naked dance on top of a spider who is crawling over skyscrapers. You battle a werewolf in Paris and summon a giant frog with boobies that can make it rain blood by singing, and play as a giant rainbow cat digging for water in ancient Egypt. At one point, Bayonetta gains the ability to turn into a fucking choo-choo train. But sadly, Bayonetta 3's greatest achievement is how it takes such creative ideas and makes them boring, with Michael Bayonetta-style storytelling. I never go into a Japanese video game expecting the story to make sense, but I do want to be entertained. Bayonetta 3 has the most cutscenes of any game in the series, but also the least story of any game in the series. There is a lot of punching and explosions, but very little levity or characterization or twists. In this one, Bayonetta goes into the multiverse like Spider-Man, except this time, it's fucking boring. Each universe has its own Bayonetta, except you don't ever talk to them, they just show up and die, and then you fight the green Gloober monster in every dimension. The storyline is that Bayonetta has to give 5 orbs to a man, and then she does. I realize I sound insane saying this to people who didn't play the game, but this story takes itself way too seriously. Yes, it has a frog with boobies, but the writers hate that. They reject every fun idea and say, no, this story is about Bayonetta hitting a green guy to get an orb. What's fucked up about this game is that in the cutscenes where you want there to be storytelling, it's nothing but fighting monsters, but in the actual gameplay, where you just want to be fighting monsters, they keep throwing bullshit platforming and gimmicks at you. On paper, it's a neat idea to break up your game's pacing with a bunch of minigames, but the reality is, a lot of these segments are just very sluggish and simplistic brawlers, which is the complete opposite of the core combat. Now, the actual core combat is great. It's fast and smooth, it's intuitive to control with hundreds of flashy combo routes to go down and express yourself. Bayonetta has 8 weapons that she can mix and match with 12 different demons. The possibilities are just insane. And for some chapters, you play as Bayonetta from Overwatch, who has 1 weapon and 1 demon. But he's really funny. As far as I know, Bayonetta 3 is the only game where you can drop a building on a dude mid-combo and the building sprouts arms and starts beating the shit out of people. However, all of this craziness comes at a cost. If Devil May Cry is a game about killing stuff while trying to look badass, Bayonetta 3 is a game about killing stuff while trying to look for your character. Many of the battles in this game are so chaotic and so visually noisy that the camera just gives up. It just says, nope, I'm out. I mean, look at this. What the fuck is happening here? Now look at this. What am I doing? Who am I? Where am I? Where is Knack? How do I unlock the Green Goblin as a playable character? Many times when I was playing this game, I just started slamming buttons and wondered to myself, is this actually what I'm supposed to be doing? And then the game goes, yeah, that was right. Too often, Bayonetta 3 obscures its greatest strengths by trying to be something that it isn't. It has some wonderful music, frantic combat, and some really wacky ideas, but it squanders these elements by shoving them into a story that just doesn't care. I rate Bayonetta 3 3rd place out of all the Bayonettas.